Hi, I'm Cindy Cisneros. I'm a licensed therapist and a certified creativity coach, and this article is about the overlap in neurodiversity with creativity, ADHD, and other types of neurodiversity. It's something that I get asked a lot. I get referrals for people trying to understand these signs and symptoms in themselves better. This article is dedicated to answering some of those questions. A lot of times people come to me because they are getting newly diagnosed with ADHD as adults, and sometimes they're a little bit on the fence about this. Sometimes they're really eagerly wanting to learn more about this. What I will say is there are some aspects of creativity and creative personalities and neurodivergent individuals and ADHD that overlap. Ideas flow quickly and endlessly. Emotions can run deep. You could struggle with organization but thrive with being spontaneous. And neurodiversity really is just a broad term that respects and understands natural variations in human cognition and neurological functioning. So when we say neurodiversity, it's an umbrella term for ADHD, for creative thinking, for even things like autism, or you've maybe seen ADHD, which is a combination of autism and ADHD signs and symptoms. And this article that I've written goes on to explain a little bit more in depth what some of these traits of neurodiversity look like in kids, what they look like in adults. But overall, what I want to leave you with in this video is whether you've been specifically diagnosed with ADHD or whether you've been specifically tested and understand yourself as a creative adult, whether you haven't and are just seeing signs and symptoms for the purposes of creative interventions and what to do and how to work with some of these things. Two things are important to me as a therapist and as a coach for creative people. One is that you learn and recognize how these can be your strengths and your superpowers and not things that you have to live with as a struggle. And two, that the ways that you learn to lean into these strengths, these neurodivergent strengths, can really be the same in terms of lifestyle and approach, whether you are coming at it from a diagnosis or signs or symptoms of ADHD or autism or creativity or a combination. And I'm not saying that each one of those things don't have their separate combinations of features or combinations of backgrounds, but I am saying that there are strengths and there are approaches and there are things that you can lean into that all of these types of neurodiversity have in common. And I go into that in the article so that you can feel empowered about the superpowers and the neurodiversity that you have. So if this interests you, if this is something that you would like to learn more about, please take the time to look at the article. I would be happy to talk to you and tell you more about this. If you would like to reach out to me directly, it's cindy@creativelyllc.com or book your free 15-minute chat on my website.